You will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Hey guys, Max92, and welcome back to another tryout. Today's tryout is on
Darkest Dungeon.
Hence the darkness in the room. Got it doesn't need to be this dark. It doesn't need to be this dark the whole episode. Let's just let's let there be light in this room a little bit here. So, if you don't know, Darkest Dungeon is like a grimdark, eldritch dungeon crawler / roguelike. What the term roguelike means is debated, but I think in some circles true roguelikes are dungeon crawlers, so calling a roguelike a dungeon crawler might be slightly redundant, but whatever. We're not here to debate the politics of the term roguelike. We're here to talk about Darkest Dungeon. Man, this game is good at what it does, and what it does is that it is pretty much just a stress simulator. The first time your party is surprised and suddenly shuffles all around and nobody can do their attacks anymore, you'll totally understand the whole game. You'll understand exactly what you're in for. You'll understand the whole modus operandi, I guess, if I'm using that term correctly, of the entire game. You are intended to be stressed out. And this is coming from someone who picked the easy difficulty, called Radiant, I believe, in the game, because I was like, I probably should go with the easy difficulty here, just because I have no idea what I'm in for, and I know this game is considered to be very difficult. Visually, the game is stylish, cool, just look at it. It's got a very nice art style to it. It is a very interesting game. I like the sort of like management elements of it are nice, where you sort of go, you have your like party, you go into the dungeon, and then you come back and you sort of have these management elements where you can, you know, upgrade and whatever. You have to manage your party's, each individual character's stress levels by setting them to things like the sanitarium. Well, not the, I think there's a church thing, and there is a tavern. So far as I've played, there is a sanitarium on the map, but I have not been able to use it yet, so I'm not that far. I went through 2 or 3 dungeons. I can't remember exactly how much I played, for a little over an hour, because I figured that would be a good stopping point for the video, and I enjoyed it. I had a pretty good time. Like I said, it is a bit stressful, but playing on the lower difficulty, it wasn't too stressful. There were some spots where I'm like, oh god, they're gonna all die, which I think is the point. That's what the game is trying to do to you sometimes, is make you go, oh god, they're all gonna die. And that's just the whole emotional balance that it's trying to put you through. It's trying to be like, and make the lows so terrible that it makes the high, like when you actually succeed, be like, yeah, it improves the whole upper end of the whole situation in that regard. My only real criticism so far, and this might just be me not being able to look at the screen very well, is that it's a turn-based battler where there's like a speed stat that I assume affects how much time there is between, you know, when each person attacks. And there doesn't seem to be, like how you might see in other turn-based games like that have this sort of system, a thing that shows you like who is attacking next, or like what, like how much time it is until, you know, your turn. I think it has a turn counter thing at the top of the screen, but it doesn't tell you like who's attacking next. It appears, and it doesn't show, like, unless I'm just not understanding how the turn counter thing works, which is entirely possible. I didn't really pay that much attention to this. Might not even be a thing. I might just be bad at reading. That's entirely possible. But that's my one criticism, is it doesn't appear to have a very clear way to tell who's attacking when. But other than that, I enjoyed it quite a bit. It is in a similar camp to Resident Evil. I talked about it in the Resident Evil video. The card, I think, is over here. Yeah, click the card, you can watch that, and you can see where I have a kind of low stress tolerance as of my current life, in the way that things are in my life right now. So games that are intentionally stressful, I can't have the best time with, because like I already have a lot of stress in my regular life. So like I don't necessarily want to have this pretend stress right now. This game isn't quite as bad, at least on the difficulty I'm playing at, as something like Resident Evil was, which is a very high tension horror game. But this is still one that like I will probably set aside for now, and maybe come back to once I've got some things in my life figured out, and my whatever, the things that I'm leaving nameless, because I don't need to give everyone that much of a look into my personal life. As much as those things are not hanging over me as much, maybe I'll come back to them and try to play the games with a brain that's less stress-addled than it is already. So that's that. But I have pretty much only positive things to say about it. This game passes its tryout. That's about it. So, just talk about a little thing. I have the camera in a different spot than I've had lately in these tryouts. It's a bit closer to me rather than zoomed in. I don't know how much that really changes the look of things. I just remember I was watching some of the older tryouts when I was in the previous set, and I liked how it looked with being a bit closer to camera. So I figured I'd try a bit closer to camera and see if I liked that when I was looking at it in editing. So that's, if it looks different, that's why it is a little bit different. I think it is framed pretty similarly, because when I'd zoom in to about how it looks right now. But yeah, that's why it might look different. Anyway, got to get into the end bits here. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. Nobody can see it anymore, but I'll know. Let me know you disliked the video. Leave a comment if you have something to say. If you played Darkest Dungeon, let me know down in the comments. Tell me about your Darkest Dungeon experience. Do you want to have an in-depth discussion on the definition of the term roguelike? I probably won't respond, but leave your comment. It's interesting. I'll read it. Subscribe? That's the thing I didn't say yet. Subscribe. Share the video. Do the things. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade. More moans return to rest. Devils remanded to their abyss.